What is up, you guys? Ryan Brewer back here, the host of Michael Myers Reacts, and today I am joined with Slasher Movies 410 to do Talkin Horror number 6. This is well overdue. We haven't done one in about 8 months or so it's been a good while. On this episode, we don't necessarily have a topic. We're kind of just going to hang out and talk horror, go back to the roots of the show like what we did in the first episode. Since this is the return, I want to apologize to everyone who is a fan of this series and have been wanting new episodes. Me and Slasher has been busy. We have all kinds of things going on, but we're finally back. On the next episode, we'll probably have an actual topic. So I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. Obviously, follow my Facebook page and my Instagram, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. So with that being said, Slasher, how have you been, bro?
I've been good, really good, man. I really miss doing this series.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably my favorite part about making YouTube videos in general is just talking about horror movies. Because I'm an avid collector and stuff like that. I love collecting, but I also love talking about horror movies and diving deep into the whole mythology and everything like that. Basically, so I'm really pumped to be back, and I apologize for the absence for those of you that are watching. I am recently a transfer student, and I'm over at I almost said community college, but now I am at a 4-year institution, so I am dorming.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm liking it so far, everything's going pretty well, but during spring break, I plan on returning to make some more videos and upload a little more consistently because I've just been so busy, and that's my main excuse, really.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone understands. I mean, everybody gets busy. I'm ready to talk horror again, of course. Everyone's ready to hear us talk horror. But with that being said, I wanted to ask you, what's new? Do you have anything else that you're wanting to collect here soon? Like something you want to get into that you never collected before, anything like that?
Yeah, honestly, I've been thinking about this recently, and I think it would be ideal to start figure collecting because I know that it's really big in the horror community and stuff. And every time I usually upload a video with a certain mask or T-shirt or something of that nature, I always get a comment asking, "How come you don't collect horror figures?" The main problem is I don't have much room.
Yeah.
That's as much as I would love to collect horror figures. I'm worried that it'll eventually turn into an obsession, and I don't want that to happen. But I was thinking if I get one figure based on one specific movie, like for example with Michael Myers, I'll just get one Michael Myers figure, or Friday the 13th, I'll just get one Jason figure and kind of start like that.
Yeah,
I think that could work.
Yeah, I mean that sounds interesting. Figure collecting is definitely huge, like you said. I don't have a huge horror figure collection. It's something that I would like to have more of, but like you said, the room. I mean, I have the room, but at the same time, it's figures has never been something that I felt like I had to have. But
same here.
Yeah, but recently I've been kind of in the mood of collecting more masks. Not necessarily as much as you do. By the way, if you guys are into mask collecting and mask reviews, Slasher Movies 410 channel is the perfect place to go. I will have a link in the description if you're not subbed to his channel. He does amazing on the mask content, and that's something that I kind of want to do. I did a H6 review today at the time of recording this. I'll also link that in the description. I guess I'll have a whole bunch of stuff linked. And I plan on getting a couple more masks and reviewing those and stuff like that. So with that being said, do you have any tips for me for collecting masks or where to look for them?
My best bet is to always check eBay. eBay is the main source. You could always find great deals on eBay.
Okay.
But to start off, excuse me, I usually, when I started collecting initially, my first bet was to just go to eBay and just search the web and see what they got. And if I came across any good deals with mass-produced products, I would usually go right to eBay. Amazon's another great option for mass-produced stuff.
Okay.
And also recently, of course, Trick or Treat Studios. Some of their products are a hit and miss, in my opinion. I mean, some of them look really good in person, others don't. It really just depends on the mask. But the main problem I have with Trick or Treat Studios is that their stock photos don't match the actual products at times, and that's just not a good thing in my opinion. So it really all depends, but ultimately, I think just starting off with mass-produced masks it's probably the most affordable thing to do.
Yeah.
But eventually, over time, you know, if you get let's say you get like a good 9 to 5 job, right?
Yeah.
And you're making a lot of money, then eventually you'll be able to get more expensive pieces,
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, the whole thing with Trick or Treat Studios, how sometimes their advertisement pictures don't match up the product. That's a great example because there's been a few things that Trick or Treat Studios has done that where the picture looks absolutely amazing, but the product isn't necessarily what we thought it was going to be. In my opinion, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but in my opinion, the best Michael Myers mask that Tots has made is Halloween 6 because honestly, that mask, I just got it, as I said, that mask looks very good. Now, obviously, it's not exactly perfect, like I said in my video and stuff. Like, I could get it rehauled and make it look better, but when you get that mask as is, it honestly is pretty impressive.
I absolutely agree. I actually own the Halloween 6 mask, and it's actually one of my favorites in my collection, mainly because I don't have to modify it whatsoever. Like, the paint scheme is very nice.
Yeah.
The hair is also great.
Mhm.
Doesn't fall out or anything. They don't use cheap hair. They use this very kind of soft synthetic hair. It's kind of spiky, which I really like.
Mhm.
And the sculpt is just top notch and very accurate. So
Yeah, I agree. I'm really happy with the mask now. If you guys are looking to get Trick or Treat Studios masks, especially Myers masks, they usually, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but they usually run from around, I would say, like 60 to like 75. Is that like a good price range, you think?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so like if you guys have that money, I mean, I would say it's worth it. I know some people had issues with their 1978 Halloween mask. I don't have that mask, but honestly, the two masks that stand out to me most is their H6 and their H4 mask. And actually, the H4 mask is one that I'm thinking about getting next. What do you think about that?
I highly encourage you to purchase it because, first of all, it's affordable and it's accurate as hell. Like
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing about the H4 mask. We all know it's not very detailed.
Yeah.
It's just a William Shatner mask, spray painted white, with very little subtleties, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot of, it's just not very detailed, is what I'm trying to say ultimately.
Yeah.
So I think that in terms of accuracy, it's a really good mask. Like the hair and everything like that is great. And they also include eye mesh onto the mask as well. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, like you said, that mask is a very, I guess you could say standard mask. I mean, there's not a lot to it like the other Halloween films. But I know we're kind of going off topic with this, but I have to say the Halloween 4 mask, honestly, to me, it has grown on me a lot. Like, I used to think it was not the best mask, but now since I've seen the movie more and more, I'm a huge Halloween 4 fan, obviously. But, like, every time I see that mask, honestly, it's actually a scary mask. Like, it's so plain that it's scary. I don't know why it is, but to me, it used to be, like, my second to third favorite mask. I like the Halloween 6 mask better now. But the Halloween 4 mask, to me, is still pretty frightening.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Over time, the H4 mask has grown on me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's due to the fact that in certain scenes, it actually looks really good. Like, for example, in the scene where Michael grabs the shotgun and stabs the person, there was a lot of use of low-key lighting in that scene, and it the light hit the mask in just the right way, where there was just like a heavy use of shadow. So I think in that retrospect, it kind of is better. Mm-hmm. But again, there's other scenes where the mask is brightly lit and high-key lighting, like the scene where he kind of just does the little sit-up in Jamie's room.
Yeah.
So again, it's just based on like whatever scene. I don't know. It kind of differs.
Yeah, especially like that scene where he killed Bucky and all the electricity's going off. I mean, the mask is really lit right there. Yeah, it was very lit. You could see the mask clear as day right there. And that, obviously for Michael, no matter what the mask is, even if it is the 78 mask, which is probably the most loved mask. Even if you like that too much, it's going to be like, you got to have Michael in the shadows or blue lighting. You can't just straight up show Michael. I mean, you can, but if you do it too much, it just takes away from the character of Michael.
Exactly. And I remember watching, we watched the movies, one of their videos, and they were talking about how basically the Michael Myers mask looks great in low lighting. If you put it in high key lighting, it's just not as effective.
Definitely. I agree.
Because when you put it in high key lighting, it hides all the key details and the shadows in the mask. And that's not what you want in a movie,
Yeah, definitely. Especially for a Myers movie. I mean, that's a character who needs to be in the shadows. Especially since we got that a lot from the first movie. I mean, that's what Michael was out of the gate. And some of those scenes where he's lit up more in the sequels, I don't know. That's just not who Michael is. That's really all I gotta say. That's just not how you should be shooting Michael if you're doing a Halloween movie. With that being said, I want to tell people what the original topic was going to be for this episode. At least one of the ideas we had, I had was, I was going to do an episode where we talked about fan films, but since we're just doing a kind of a hangout episode, what are your thoughts on horror fan films at the moment? Like, what's like 2 of them you would recommend to the people?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember all of that. I was a huge fan of the Halloween Inferno movies.
Yeah, those
actually.
were good. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to the director actually.
Wow.
In a DM, and he's just like a very nice guy. He's very outgoing and very well spoken.
That's awesome.
And he knows what he wants. And it's kind of funny. I was actually talking to him. Like, he's not the biggest horror movie fan.
Oh yeah.
Like he liked Halloween 2018, and he likes the original Halloween. He's not really a fan of like the sequels, and he really doesn't like A Nightmare on Elm Street, which I was surprised about.
Wow.
But he's a really good filmmaker. And the way he shoots certain scenes, it just feels very cinematic. And I mean, I think they're great.
Yeah, I do too. I've seen all 3 of them. I really do think they're shot really well. I think it's amazing. Like, obviously us fans would know a certain franchise the most because we're a fan of these movies. We've seen them hundreds of times. I think it's cool that we have a platform like YouTube to put out our own type of movie, whether it be original or fan films. I think that's really cool that we can show off our talents, even though it's not, a Hollywood, full featured film. We still can show what we can do, and I think that's really awesome. And I don't know. I just love watching fan films. I love seeing what the fans can do. Obviously, some of them may not be the best. Some of them may be really good. But either way, at the end of the day, all of us horror fans and filmmakers, like, it's just amazing that we could show what we could do. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, man. I'm a huge fan of fan films as well. I'm actually in the process of developing a short film. I'm sure everyone that's listening kind of knows about it.
Yeah.
Called Scorn Memorial, and I'm really looking forward to delivering that project because it's not a fan film per se. It's actually like a short film, so it's not based on any movies or television series or anything like that. So it has a lot of originality, and I'm really excited to deliver it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how it turns out as well. I have a few original ideas that I might do. I mean, not anytime soon, but I have some scripts started that may happen. I always like doing a little bit of both. I like doing fan films and original films because obviously being original is always great. You should always, make your own content and do something original. But it's also really fun to like go off of something. You know what I mean? Something that you love a lot, and it's like I can do my own vision for this. I think that's awesome.
I do too. And just by chance, have you seen Michael versus Jason: Evil Emerges?
Yes, I have. That's from Radical Talent, right?
Yeah. What did you think about that fan film?
I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not the biggest fan of crossovers. The only horror crossover that I really care about is Freddy vs. Jason. I know a lot of people would say that, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, for what it was pretty good. I wouldn't say it was perfect because, again, I'm not the biggest crossover fan, so that might be why. I'm not, saying anything against the director or whatever. They did great. It's just I'm just not a big fan of crossovers, but I enjoyed it for what it was, for sure.
Yeah, in my opinion, I thought it was pretty good. I thought the fight scene between Myers and Jason was just absolutely brutal and bloody.
Yeah.
And for a no-budget fan film, I thought it was very well choreographed. And like in your opinion, who won that fight?
Man, it's been a while since I've seen it. I've probably seen it twice, and that was probably when it came out. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't really remember like the outcome after the aftermath. I don't really remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, my only main issue or my only main critique about the film is that they kind of made Michael a little bit weak. You know,
Yeah.
like Jason really, in my opinion, he won the fight hands down.
Mhm.
But ultimately, I thought the film was entertaining from start to finish, and I actually liked, in particular, how they showed Michael escaping as he was being transported,
Oh
and he
yeah.
just killed like the whole SWAT team, and then he finally made his way to Camp Crystal Lake. I thought that was really clever the way they did it.
Yeah, I remember that scene. That was really good. It's just I don't. I need to go back and rewatch it because it's definitely something that's rewatchable. But overall, I mean, fan films are always fun to talk about, especially as horror fans, of course. It's cool to see what we can do. I think it's amazing. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Never Hike Alone movies too,
Yeah,
especially the first one. The first one had a lot of originality to it, which I really liked.
definitely.
Um, and this excuse me, I'm coughing. I'm gonna be coughing a lot for this video.
You're good.
But the Never Hike Alone sequel was good in my opinion. It was a little slow.
Uh huh.
Took a little bit of time to get going, but I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, I did too. I enjoyed Never Hike in the Snow as well. I really like that end scene though, where that cop was like it's showing his body cam and he's like entering where Pamela's head is. And Jason doesn't necessarily. At first, when I saw it, I was like, "Did Jason just shoot this guy?" But actually, the officer shot the gun, but Jason pulled it back toward his head and blew his head off. I thought
Oh,
that was a
that's
really good
right.
kill.
That was a great kill.
It was
Probably the most
amazing.
memorable. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. It was very good. So I think that's a good spot to end it. We've been going for a little bit. It's our comeback episode. And we have a lot of other episodes we're going to do, other topics. Like I said, the next one will definitely have a topic. Soon we'll do another special episode for Slasher's channel. So again, go subscribe to him. He would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. I'm always down to help horror fans, of course. But with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And I will see you guys very soon.